Hey, what's up guys? It's Anthony and I'm so glad you were able to come back to my YouTube channel to hang out with me for a little bit. I'm so excited to finally, at this moment in time, after months of waiting patiently, it's finally here. Warner Brothers' answer to the streaming wars. Their big juggernaut fucking kick to the groin. Yeah, that's right, folks. I'm talking about HBO Max. Super excited to finally review this. It's launch day. This launched last night at 12 a.m. or this morning. Anyways, I spent the entire day with this app, and I'm excited to share my review with you. Although, big disclaimer, this launch did not start off well. So AT&T failed to notify their customers who had patiently pre-ordered HBO Max about a month ago for $11.99 a month as opposed to the $14.99 it was originally priced at. They failed to let their customers know that unfortunately HBO Max is not available on either Roku or Amazon Fire TV, which pissed off a lot of people, including your boy who has a Roku device and a Roku TV. I'm pretty upset that I cannot watch this app at this time on my TV. I actually had to cancel the subscription that I had to pre-order it, had to cancel my pre-order just to get it through Hulu. And I had to pay full price on Hulu. I had to pay 15 bucks a month on Hulu, so that whole pre-order shit got negated. I'm pretty pissed off about that. We all had to find out on our own through a small little page on their FAQ page on HBO, or I'm sorry, their fuck you page on HBO Max, and pissed off a lot of people, including your boy. But I could not let my frustrations with the company get in the way of my anticipation for this app, so I downloaded it on my tablet, downloaded it on my phone, and for this review I used my MacBook to sign in and check it out. So I just want to remind you guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that shit, punch it in the face, and don't forget to hit the bell button as well so you get notified every time I drop an upload. I'm uploading more consistently, and I can't wait to share more content with you guys. I'm expanding the channel. We're doing more guitar videos. We're doing more reviews. We're doing maybe even editorials. I'm gonna talk about things that I love. That's the point of this channel. Just talk about things I'm nerdy about, things that I'm geeky about, things that I love, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. All right, you guys have waited long enough. Let's jump into the review. All right, so for this video, I'm using my MacBook Pro to log into HBO Max, but you can use your phones or tablets as well. Like I said before, unfortunately, we can't stream this on Roku or Amazon Fire TV just yet. So this is what I'm using right now. This is what the desktop version looks like. So let's hop into it. Click. So this is what the main page looks like. It's a little slow on the desktop version. It takes about a couple seconds to start up. It's pretty normal for desktop versions. All right, so we're gonna hop in. As you guys can see, I've already kind of started to browse some of the content on HBO Max throughout the day. I'm actually surprised at how similar this layout is to Disney Plus. You know, you have the top, you have the headers. So, you know, up here, obviously one of the first things that pops up, you know, you get your HBO originals, you get the big movies that everyone's about. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan myself, but I know a lot of my friends are. Some HBO content from the main channel. All right, so I've already kind of created a list. Like I said, this is super similar to Disney Plus and to Hulu. More similar to Disney Plus because this is kind of the same thing as Disney Plus as well. You get your My List right here. I'll get to how to create lists in a second because I have some issues with it. And it's the same gripes I have with Disney Plus as well when creating lists. But we'll go ahead and get into that in just a minute. I'm just going to run through these real quick. Featured series, I like this. This is pretty cool. You know, you get Cartoon Network stuff. You get HBO original content on here. So it's a cool mix. It's a cool mix. Doom Patrol from DC Universe, which I just canceled. I know I was crying all about it on Twitter. But I'm a huge fan of Doom Patrol, and I really hope that they bring in some more DC Universe material. We'll get more into the DC stuff in a minute. Here, you know, they have a small selection of HBO Max originals at the moment, but this is pretty much what you get. Not a lot of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 shows to kick off the launch with. Featured movies, you get a mix: superhero movies, some dramas, HBO original content, and like I said, I think it's a pretty cool way to combine all the properties that they have. Even Casablanca, man, that's fantastic classic movie. And then HBO series, so you get all the HBO series that you would get if you were subscribed to HBO Now or HBO Go, or if you had HBO on your cable provider. Nothing different here. Classics. Outsider, by the way, I highly recommend. All right, so now we're gonna get into the tiers. I wish, now this is what separates this from Disney Plus, is that Disney Plus, they have this section up top with Pixar, with Marvel, Star Wars, and here you do have more options, and we're gonna go through these in just a second, but I kind of wish that this was right on top under the header, kind of like what they had with Disney Plus. I'm like, you know what, if you're gonna go for it, if you're going to try and rip the interface or the layout, you might as well just do it. You know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to jump into the big one right here, HBO. Now, I had HBO before I subscribed to HBO Max, so I'm very familiar with their film selection and with their original series, but I wanted to see what other movies they were going to be providing as well. I know that HBO is big on the content that they provide. So you have the headers right here. You know, this is all just HBO original content. Pretty much, yep, all these series were built for HBO. A must-watch comedy series, Barry, a very underrated show. You guys should check it out. Bill Hader does a tremendous job in that show. Let's see, we got Westworld. All right, so they are top 5 trending. This is pretty cool, actually. And they also have this with the Fresh Prince as well. I believe it's on the main page. Just added movies, very similar to HBO Now. Ready or Not, Joker, Downtown Abbey, Stuber. I actually really want to watch Ready or Not. I heard a lot of good things about it. Last Chance of movies leaving this month. I'm kind of like, you know, you just launched, like, we are less than 24 hours into this launch as of this review, and we already have a list of movies that are leaving for the month. I'm assuming that a lot of these movies were licensed from other studios, and they're just kind of finishing out their license for the month. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's stupid. Well, you know, these are probably just the movies. They were going to leave HBO no matter what by the end of maybe June or May or June. Best of Hugh Jackman. So what I like about HBO Max so far, with what I've been able to gather, is that they are actually highlighting actors, and that's something that Hulu, Netflix, and Disney Plus have not done. And so, like, for me, like, I'm actually a big Hugh Jackman fan. I've loved Hugh Jackman as an actor. You know, Van Helsing, low-key, I love that movie. X-Men as well. Bad Education, I really got to check that movie out. That movie just keeps flying by. But I said I was going to check it out once I got HBO Max. Creature Features, I'm a big monster fan, so I'm actually pretty excited about this. And I did see that they did have a lot of horror movies on the Turner Classic Movies section as well, so I'll get into that. Comfort viewing, and that's about it for here. A lot of the content isn't actually featured on their main pages. It's actually featured right here on the A to Z list, and you could get I normally don't do A to Z lists because I think it takes up a lot of time, but they haven't developed the hubs enough to have like a diverse amount of content on certain areas. So I feel that with the A to Z list, you can actually look for more stuff that probably you wouldn't see, like The Abyss, like one of my favorite movies of all time. I love The Abyss, and it's not even featured on the main HBO page. So there it is right there, and you get a lot of little sweet spots in here as well. We're gonna go to DC. You guys know I'm a big comic book fan, big comic book movie fan. I love the Marvel selection in Disney Plus, and I was anticipating the DC selection here. So this is what the DC looks like. You got the Justice League right here in the back. I'm also a big fan of Justice League, and by the way, I can't wait for the Snyder Cut. Oh, all right. So like I said, Doom Patrol, they're probably my favorite series on DC Universe. Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, Watchmen, Joker. I know that's gonna be a big one for a lot of people. That's about it for the headers. And the epic origin stories. Okay, so Batwoman from the CW. So see, I like this right here, because what this is going to do is it's going to include not just the film part and the animated series part of the Warner Brothers DC catalog, but you're also going to get CW shows as well, which I can appreciate. I do like that I would be able to get a Justice League along with maybe a Flash. I love the Flash, or Arrow. Batwoman, not a big fan, but it's okay. Let's see. And then we got some of the more underrated DC films. Not the best DC films, I'm not going to lie. Jonah Hex was not that great, but it's nice to see that be acknowledged. Steel, I loved it when I was a kid. Not a big fan of it now. Catwoman, Green Lantern. And then you also get movies that were available on the DC Universe app, like Gotham Knight was, and Supergirl. But I don't see Superman anywhere. And then you get the animated series too. My son, he's a big fan of the DC animated series as well. Let's see, we got a Batman collection, which is pretty much some okay Batman movies and some of the worst Batman movies, which is fine. I gotta check that out. That actually looks pretty cool. Beware the Batman. So I'm gonna be honest, the DC part of this app is a little underwhelming. I hope that they update this soon. And Batwoman being the only CW show on here is not, I don't dig that at all. Let's see, let's go to A to Z. Let's see what this one looks like. It's probably going to be the same. Yeah, so look at that. That's not a lot of DC content. All right, now we're going to get into Cartoon Network. Let's get into Cartoon Network. Check this one out. These are all like the current big Cartoon Network shows. Let's see, there you go. Dexter's Lab, my boy. Ha ha. This is the first classic like show from my generation that I've seen on here. Absolutely, I'm a huge fan of Dexter's Lab. And yeah, I'm sure you guys, some of your kids or brothers, sisters would dig some of this stuff. Uncle, Grandpa, I don't understand that show. Clarence. Oh, this is, okay, so this is the old school Powerpuff Girls. Okay, that's cool. And that's it. So the cartoon, okay, so just like the DC part of the app, the Cartoon Network part of the app is also underwhelming as well. They have a lot of the A-list shows from maybe the last 10 to 15 years, but I'm not seeing any 80s or 90s stuff in here from my generation. So I hope to see that at some point in the future. Sesame Workshop, I'm sure that this is not for me. I was never a big Sesame Street fan, but in case you or your kids are, I'll just do a quick little run through. You can never go wrong with Elmo, my boy Elmo. I was watching a little bit of this and it was very charming. I think I'm gonna show my son. Sesame Street, see all the headers right here. And for this video, I'm basically, I want to show the amount of content as well on here without it taking too long. So it looks like it's some decent Sesame Street stuff. We got some spoofs and parodies, which is cool. You know, it feels like there's more Sesame Street content on here than they had on the Cartoon Network app. I don't know why. Never was a big Sesame Street fan. My son was never a very big Sesame Street fan. But if you or your kids were, well, there you go. All right, now we're getting to Adult Swim. Rick and Morty, there you go. Okay, so we're starting off good. Boondocks, there you go. So this is like my generation's Adult Swim. When I wasn't an adult, I was a teenager. Robot Chicken, there you go. And that's it. That's it. Those three. That is short. Where's Moral Oral? Where's fucking Family Guy? Where, I mean, I understand, I think Family Guy is under license right now, but still, like, that's it. All right, so we got Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I was a huge fan of that show. I don't know that show. Space Ghost Coast to Coast, loved that when I was a kid, although I probably shouldn't have been watching it when I was a kid. Shout out to John Schnepp, king of the Shreddies. He used to work on Space Ghost. Metalocalypse, Samurai Jack, I know some friends who dig that. And then the three that were in the header. And that's it. You got some selections for Rick and Morty. Boondocks, okay. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, okay. And that's it. That's it. This is probably the lamest part of the app. There should be a lot more content, Adult Swim content on here. I feel like there should be a ton of Adult Swim content on here, and there's not too much. We're gonna go to Turner Classic Movies. All right, so you got classics. They're coming in swinging at this point. Look at that. They got, let me see what we got. We got Casablanca, Gone with the Wind, Ben-Hur. Where's the arrow? There you go. Ben-Hur, Singing in the Rain, Rebel Without a Cause, North by Northwest, Once Upon a Time in the West. These are like classics. These are like this is what the movie template was created on. These movies created the movie template that we now have. Little Shop of Horrors has to be like the newest one. I guess the newest addition to the Turner Classic Movies. You know, you get the old Star is Born, so if you're a big Star is Born fan, I know my little brother is, you guys can check that out. Rock and Roll High School with the Ramones. Hard Day's Night, I saw that one right there. Wizard of Oz. Mwah! Mwah! I love it. I love it. And this is what I was talking about earlier, the creepy cult classics. You get The Blob! Vampire. You get Carnival of Souls, Eyes Without a Face, Piranha. I know all these movies. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love this. This is history. This is the history of film and acting and performance, and I love that they are featuring. They gave an entire hub to this era. You get the Wild West. My dad would love this right here. Look at all these movies. Beautiful. Surprisingly, one of my favorite parts about the HBO Max is the Turner Classic Movies selection. Crunchyroll, I'm not a big anime fan. I've dabbled here and there with anime, everything from the Guyver to Dragon Ball Z to recently One Punch Man. But just if you're a big anime fan, you got your featured anime right up here. I'm gonna go by my own experience. I don't know any of these movies, so I don't think that they're like Full Metal Alchemist. I know what that is. but the other ones I've never heard of. If you're interested in Crunchyroll, take a look at it. You know, it seems like there's not this one also does not have the biggest selection either. I'm gonna go to A to Z. Let's see what the grouping looks like for this one. Let's see. Oh wow, this is actually very short. About 17 shows and movies. Not that's not a lot of content. Studio Ghibli, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm very sorry. Okay, so some of these movies I do know, like Spirited Away, I know, Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, Ponyo. So I know these movies, so that's really cool. I'm gonna show my son Princess Mononoke. How do you pronounce it? I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. Let's see. And that's about it for this one too. Not a lot, but I think that they're going to be adding more, but at least they have I don't think I've ever seen these movies on a streaming service. These ones right here, so that's pretty cool. Looney Tunes, this is my shit. This is what I grew up with. Looney Tunes. My dad is a huge Looney Tunes fan. I grew up with Looney Tunes, so I'm going to, and this is WB, this is Warner Brothers, I'm gonna nitpick the hell out of this shit. Okay, so first of all, I love the layout up here. I love how you have the classic Looney Tunes photo right there. All right, then we're gonna go into the headers. Looney Tunes cartoons, watch all episodes now. I believe this is an HBO Max. So these are like some updated episodes or some like new episodes of Looney Tunes. Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, remember that one. Baby Looney Tunes Musical Adventures, that's cool for, you know, little kids. And that's it for up here, so that's slightly disappointing, but you know, it's all good. All right, so I was looking through this part of the app earlier, and what I can say is that the Looney Tunes part of the Looney Tunes hub is amazing. They have everything. In fact, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. We're gonna go to right here. Look at this. Look at all these seasons. I don't even think they had them rated. 31 seasons of shows. I remember this one. I haven't got a hat. A lot of these classics. I'm just gonna click randomly and just take a look at these right now. I feel like you can click anywhere and you'll probably find something that you recognize. It, like Baseball Bugs, I remember that one. Rhapsody Rabbit, I remember that one. Wow, Roughly Squeaking. So yeah, this is how iconic the Looney Tunes is. You can literally click anywhere into any like season. I guess that's how they're categorizing these episodes, is by season, and you're going to find something that you recognize. A gander at Mother Goose, I know that one. I was very disappointed when I saw this part of the app, although I'm glad that I get the entire Looney Tunes library. There's no you know, Duck Roger or Duck Dodgers in the 21st century. There's none of the Looney Tunes movies. So I'm actually fairly disappointed. And this is the best part, I think, is like if you want to get like Marvin the Martian, they have his episodes. Crafty Tweety, her episodes. Best of Bugs Bunny, obviously. Bugs Bunny is the Batman of the Looney Tunes, the most iconic character of WB, of Warner Brothers. So you have that in there as well. Granny Steals the Show, pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, I just wish that they had the Looney Tunes movies and stuff like that. Space Jam would be perfect for this part of the hub. The watch list is kind of a hassle for me. I had the same gripe that I have with Disney Plus. Is that I wish that you could just like, okay, so let's just say let me give you guys an example. Okay, so let's just say I want to add Rick and Morty to my list. Okay, I wish there was like a little icon right here that I could just click and add to my list. Or if I use a Roku TV, where I could just press like maybe the settings button and then it automatically will add that to my list, instead of having to, go to it, click into it, wait for it to load, and then fucking, you already added it to my list, but add it to your list and then have to go back and continue browsing or whatever you're doing. It just seems more like a hassle. I wish that there was a one tap option to add a series or a movie to your watch list. There's HBO Max for you. All right. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for your time and patience and checking out this video. Make sure to leave me a like, comment below. Let me know what you thought of HBO Max. If you have it, what are your thoughts? If you don't have it, what's keeping you from subscribing? Also, if you are a Roku user or an Amazon Fire user, make sure to message, tweet, comment on whatever post HBO Max is putting out. Let them know they need to put that shit up now, because I do not feel like casting this from my phone or my tablet any longer. I do not like casting things from my phone unless it's YouTube. There's a lot of bugs with that shit. Anyways, Make sure to subscribe, leave a like. I appreciate any support you guys throw my way. I got some more content coming down the pipe. So you guys have a great week. Please be safe during this whole coronavirus pandemic outbreak. And I hope you guys are being safe and washing your ass and washing your hands. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.